The Roger the Wild Child Show is brought to you by our friends at Prism Design Company. Are you looking for a cool new logo for your business? Do you need some graphics for your new website or blog? Our friends at Prism Design are a premier graphics design company that can handle all your needs. You can find Prism Design Company on Facebook or contact them directly at 618-534-4291. All the great graphics on the Roger the Wild Child Show are brought to you by our friends at Prism Design Company.
This is Tim Kelly from KICR Indie Country Radio. Along with my Vice President Don Swartz, we invite you to listen to Today's Country with Tim Kelly every Thursday and Friday night live at 7 p.m. Central Time from Branson, Missouri, the live entertainment capital of the world. We play new country's best by indie artists like Randy C. Moore.
Drive off the road, make a little of it in the summer rain. Take another trip to Arizona, watching the sunrise over the mountaintop. When you're in love, it doesn't take a lot, like you was going back to Luke and Bob.
Cassie Joy.
You double-crossed a line, can't read between them. You made me lose my mind. Still trying to get even. We had plans and we had dreams, empty promises I took personally.
And Hurricane Highway.
Don't wanna wake up without you. Don't want any other lips to kiss you, or any other heart to miss you. Don't want nobody else walking down the aisle. Under that veil, I wanna see your smile.
You can listen to the show on our website, KICRIndieCountryRadio.com. Now, ladies and gentlemen, get ready for Roger the Wild Child Show.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Let's go!
Hey, y'all, it's time for the Roger the Wild Child Show. Here we go again, another boot-scooting, kicking episode of the Nashville edition of the Roger the Wild Child Show with your host, Roger the Wild Child, along with his crazy sidekicks, singer-songwriters Elise Harper and Justin Love, plus party time with moonshine shenanigans. And want to know what's the nitty-gritty from Music City? We got your Nashville music news. Yeehaw! Let's do this.
Roger! It's Roger the Wild Child Show!
All right, guys. Hello and welcome. It is that time again. It is Roger the Wild Child Show with myself, Roger the Wild Child, and right over here is J Love.
What's up, everybody? Dadgum.
Elise Harper is on assignment today, so she will
on
not...
assignment. You should make her sound like she's on contract for about assassin to kill. No. She looks deadly, that's for sure.
She does.
Thank you, Justin. Starting off early. Sorry.
Yes, you are, Justin. Okay, so anyhow, Baby Daisy's out in the boonies and no connection over there for her. And and Callum is just too busy for the show.
Oh, that bastard.
I know. I mean, come on.
I know he put his foot in his mouth last week by saying that he had the pilots. He told the pilots about he had to be on the Roger the Wild Child show, and they were flying back, and he got here so fast, and now he's like, "Hey, I'm here, but I can't do it. I'm too tired."
I'm too tired. I think we really burned him out last week, and he just can't handle us.
It's hard whenever he was up there, having to keep up with Damon Dave.
Right.
So yeah, I guess he could use a break. It's funny.
Yes. Everybody deserves a day off.
That's right.
So
that means we're just going to be like talking about two different episodes. What, in December?
Next week.
Oh, next week, and then skip the following. Or myself, excuse me.
Do you know what premieres tonight?
Yellowstone.
Yes, season 5, 2-hour episode. That's right. You can watch it tonight after this if you have Paramount. If you don't have Paramount, it's going to be available for purchase. Like you can go to iTunes or YouTube or Amazon Prime, and you could purchase the episodes that way. There are some street like I think Hulu, maybe not Hulu.
Peacock.
Hulu,
Peacock has it.
Well, Peacock's got seasons 1 through 4.
1
They
through
don't
4.
have season 5. But
Oh,
you
yeah,
can
I got
you
you.
could subscribe to Philo, Philo, and get the 7-day free subscription to try it out. Or I'm sure there's other things you can Google, or just pay the $2, $3, $4, whatever it is, to purchase the episode. So since I don't have cable or satellite, I'm a streaming guy, so I'm going to have to go that route. So,
yeah.
So how are you guys? How are you guys going to watch Yellowstone tonight? Okay, throw it in the chat as well. We got an awesome guest tonight. Let me tell you, she's phenomenal. She is a songwriter, and she's wrote music with Walker Hayes.
Oh yeah, yes she did.
Yes, she did. We're going to talk about that here momentarily. But since she is on assignment and can't join us live, she's still bringing us Nashville music news. So
heck yeah. Let's see what she's got. This is exciting.
Let's see. Let's check it out. Elise Harper.
First couple go left, first couple go right. Dixie style to an ocean wave. Circulate.
Y'all ready for some Nashville news? Skunk in the backyard, PU.
And Lifetime Awards.
Can you hear this?
I can hear it now. Yeah.
Oh, hang on a second. I know exactly what it is.
You might have to start over.
Really tells who you.
Okay, let me backtrack it. Is because I have to put my face up on the screen. That's why you couldn't hear that now. So let's start all over with Elise Harper with Nashville Music News.
Hey, Wild Child. Elise Harper here. I am out singing at a gig, so I can't be with you on the show live, but I did just want to send a couple fun little facts, Nashville news that's going on. If you didn't tune in, it was CMA week this week on Wednesday, and oh my gosh, it was such a great show. It must have been because viewership all over was up quite a bit. This year it was 7.5 million, and last year it was 6.2 million. So personally, I think it was the amazing hosts that they had. Luke Bryant and Peyton Manning were the hosts. They were so funny. The banner was great. Incredible. Another thing that I absolutely loved about the CMAs this year were all the tributes that they did. They did a tribute to Loretta Lynn, God rest in peace, along with Winona Judd. So, and it was amazing as well because Alan Jackson won the Willie Nelson Lifetime Award. So they paid a big, huge tribute to him. He gave such a great speech, you guys. It's so sweet, so precious, just really tells who he is as a person, as an artist, as a country music fan. So absolutely loved his speech. Some other amazing winners that I can remember, and then I got to run because I have to get on stage. But a couple others that I can remember were New Artist of the Year went out to Lainey Wilson. Congratulations, Lainey. That is so exciting. If you haven't heard Lainey Wilson, definitely go check out her music. She's one of my faves, and she definitely deserves New Artist of the Year. And in other exciting news, Lainey Wilson won Female Vocalist of the Year. That was amazing. All the women in the category were phenomenal and definitely deserved to be nominated. But I'm so happy for you, Lainey. I'm so proud of her. I know she works her butt off, and you guys so deserve. She's such a kind person. Has a wonderful reputation. Just adore her so much. Other male vocalist of the year, I believe it was Chris Stapleton. So congratulations, Chris. I know he's taken home a couple of those, several of them actually. So he's absolutely killing it. He always does. He is so phenomenal. Every time he opens his mouth, I'm like, oh dang, like, yeah, he's amazing. So love Chris Stapleton. Congrats. And Entertainer of the Year for the second year in a row, Luke Combs. Woo! So congratulations, Luke. You're an incredible entertainer. Well deserved. Works his butt off. Everybody in the community loves him. So happy for these artists and absolutely love CMA week. Love the show. And Luke Combs said it best in his acceptance speech. This was the most country that the CMA Awards have been in a really long time. So glad. It was amazing. A lot of throwback. Loved it. So I hope y'all have a great rest of the show. Sorry I can't be there. Love you guys. Bye.
Love you, Elise. Thank you.
How adorable.
Why does she ever look like that when we do our show live?
I don't know, but man, I wouldn't take my eyes off her. Oh, I didn't take my eyes off of her. Yes, it was CMA. It was CMA week, and the one thing that I got to do is I went and saw Keith Urban's Good Morning America broadcast performance.
Oh, really? How was it?
Oh my gosh. I mean, it was great. It was early in the morning. It was like 4 a.m. So I had to be downtown by 4. So I had to be up by like 3:35. Oh,
yeah. Wow.
I was in line and standing for 4 hours just to see him outside for 35 minutes.
Nice.
But I had a great spot and I got some good photos and I got him looking right at me and I was like, oh, Jesus loves me. This is true. Because Keith Urban looked at me like you.
You're just in love. I know you. I was at your last gig. I was at your writers round.
Yeah. So that was really cool. That was a highlight of my week.
Nice.
So yeah. But no, I didn't watch the CMAs, but I didn't have to at that point. I saw Keith Urban. I was done.
Well, my highlight of my week, let me tell you, it was, well, let's see. I put Christmas lights on my house, but I paid literally, I'm going to be honest with you. I paid like $700 for this guy to come out, put Christmas lights on the house. I'm sorry. I'm not going to get on my roof and put lights up. I just don't have time for that, honestly.
So wait, so you paid someone to do that, but then you say you put Christmas lights up.
Well, I put it as I hired somebody.
You hired someone to do it for you, but since you hired them, that means you still technically put them up.
You know what my kids told me? They told me, Dad, you got robbed. I go, why?
$700. Heck
$700, and there's like one stream on the top and one on the awning, and I'm just like, well, yeah, that.
Yeah.
You know, they charged me. Okay, so they charged me like $500 to do the awning and do and I'm like pointing like you guys could see what I'm pointing at. My roof, along the lining of my roof, the front, not the sides or the corners where people come around the corner and they can see the lights, but it's
I got you.
Front face.
So it's all front face for $700.
Right. So and then like 500 plus it was like 550 or something like that. And then for $150, they could do my 4 pillars. Well, when so for an extra $150, I got 4 pillars. Okay, and all it was like a wrap of the Walmart Christmas lights you would get at Walmart going down there. I'm like, I could have done that by myself.
Yeah, you wasn't on the roof, Dingledorf.
No, but I mean for $150, you're telling me that you're charging me $150 to drop one strand of Christmas
and wrap
that I could have bought at Walmart for like maybe $5-8 and then wrap it down?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you totally got robbed.
My kids are right. They said, Dad,
your kids are right.
Man, you got robbed. That was a waste of money, Dad.
Yeah, you're starting too early anyway. We still have Turkey Day to go. the way I feel about it.
I wanted to be the first house on the block to have Christmas lights and then see how fast the rest of the block goes.
Well, you know what? I'm not judging you. I ain't putting no Christmas lights up because one, this ain't my house. I live with people. And two, I've already got a Christmas single to take care of all my excitement on that thing.
Oh, that's coming out. When will that be released?
I think like right at December. I think it's either, yeah, 'cause I'm going to wait till after Thanksgiving because if I do it before Thanksgiving, I'm going to be breaking my own rule. I'm focused on Turkey Day.
I say you release it on Black Friday.
Black Friday. That's the day after, right?
Yep, the day after Thanksgiving.
People are going to be so focused on downloading my single and listening to that on Black Friday. Get your jingle on. Get out of my way. Give me those bags. Oh, man, it's going to cause chaos. I heard this song Jingle on, and I wanted a jingle ball.
Richard Lee goes, should have called me for $700. I have
Right?
lit up the whole block.
I would have too. I would have told. I was going to say the same thing. I said, you throw in that much, man, that takes care of my fuel, my trip out there. That's just killer, man. Yeah. Poor guy.
Well, I won't do it again next year. If anything, I'll just hire. I'll buy the lights myself and hire some high school kids to go on my roof and put.
There you go. Yeah, they need the what is it they call the extra credit?
Yes.
Recreational extra credit. Oh, it's awesome.
Oh, Lordy. So, well, we have an awesome guest. I do want to go ahead and bring her onto the show. You guys are going to love her. She is, let me read this, dude. She got into songwriting here in 2020. She wrote a song with, I told you, it's called Country Anyway. It's written with Walker Hayes and Kylie Morgan. So, and she's a huge songwriter now in Nashville. And this girl is going places. Let me tell you.
That song was on Kylie Morgan's record, wasn't it? One of her EPs.
It was on her EP.
Yeah.
Is that right, Elena Jones?
Hi. Yes. Thanks for having me. Yes, it was. It came out on Kylie's EP this summer. July 1st, I think, is when it came out.
And it features Walker Hayes.
It does. Wow,
Yeah.
so you've heard it. Okay, that's great.
I have. I do research on the people that are going to be on here 85% of the time.
Well, I'm honored. Thanks for having me on the show.
Yes.
Roger,
Really?
I do think you got robbed with the
Oh my gosh.
I
Yes,
did.
he did. You ain't no thinking about that. It's a no-brainer, dadgum. You could have called me from where I am, and I would have drove up there and did that.
You know, I'm going to put some add-ons to my house, Christmas lights and stuff. Next week, I'll post the pictures of what they did and then what I had to add on to the house myself to make it lit up.
You know, if you're that desperate, you can always like list your house and say, lights needed, best offer. Look, friends and family, anybody, $300.
The sad thing, though, Justin, Elena, is that I actually had all these companies come out to do quotes, and they were the cheapest. And I'm like, is that what they're going? I'm like, I need a new line of business. Okay, if that's what you are making to go set up Christmas lights houses, I'm like, okay. All right, time for a new job during the winter.
Yeah, that's a good side hustle for a winter gig.
But see, that's companies. You should have just went to unlegit companies, which are kids. Like, you ever seen Home Alone? My gosh. Or get one of those things off the Grinch, that thing that just shoots them up there. Anyway, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Okay, I'm done. I'm done bagging about it.
Even Richard Lee says I'm in the wrong business. That's right. You need to go around, put an ad on Craigslist, or go around and here's where I found them. They put the little banners in the corners of the intersections that say, "Do you need Christmas lights put up?" And I'm like, yeah. And I call them, and then I start getting all these ads on Facebook about people putting up Christmas lights. I'm like, all right, let's get a quote. Someone wanted to charge me $1,700 to put up Christmas lights. I'm like, you kidding me right now? God.
These other people were just starting out though, and they still got you.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll do it for a solid $700. That's a really good offer. We're not as expensive as 17, but we'll do it for $700. we're gonna get him. We could do it for 300. Oh, sorry, my bad. I said that on the camera.
Okay, so that just actually made me look like a lazy ass here. Okay.
I am so sorry.
Before
That was not my goal, but I'm done. Okay.
Well,
Let's get to the artist.
I will take the Idiot of the Year award for this move, okay? Because my daughter said before I ordered the lights, she's like, "Well, Dad, why don't we just put the lights up together, on the house? We can do it." I'm like, "I'm not getting on the roof." I'm like, $700 later. I'm like,
I'll get on the roof.
Put
a harness on your ass, man. That's hilarious. Oh gosh.
All right, so Elena Jones, let's talk about you now. Enough about me and my Christmas lights.
Roast of the week, definitely.
Okay, so Elena, what brought you? So, before you weren't a songwriter until 2020, right? So,
right
before that, you were. I mean, we're in 2022. In 2 years, you're writing music with Walker Hayes.
Yeah.
So fast.
I can give you that whole backstory, but so growing up, I was into musical theater, and in college, I went to Davidson College. I graduated in 2018. I was like president of my cappella group and like our choir, and did touring around the U.S. and actually internationally too. So I was definitely involved in music my whole life. Is probably one of the only things that was like truly a constant. But I was really into writing, like poetry and, just creative writing and things, but I never melded the two together until 2020. I kind of, how everyone picked up like pandemic hobbies. I feel like, some people did gardening, and I guess mine was songwriting. And then I just fell in love with it and never stopped. But in 2019, I started watching the show Songland. Have you guys seen it?
No.
Yes.
Well, it's so good. It's basically like The Voice, but for songwriters, I would say.
For original songs.
For original songs, yeah. So they'll bring a songwriter on, and they'll be pitching to an artist. So, for example, one of them was One Republic, and they would have 3 people come and sing. And Shane McAnally was one of the judges. Ryan Tedder as well from One Republic. And it was really cool. And so that kind of sparked my interest in songwriting. Before that, I honestly just kind of naively thought that all artists wrote their own songs. And I feel like unless you're in Nashville, sometimes you don't even really know how big songwriting can be. But that, piqued my interest, started listening to like podcasts and things about songwriting, but I didn't start writing until 2020 during the pandemic. And so the Walker story, though, was pretty cool. So I moved to Nashville in July 2020.
During the pandemic.
During the pandemic, I actually got COVID the day I moved here too. So it was a real welcome to Nashville. So I had all this time in my apartment that was like pretty, barren at the time to just, figure out how things were working in Nashville. Everything was kind of on Zoom, and there were a lot of like contests going on, I feel like, with publishing companies and things trying to just keep people's music on the top of people's minds. And so Smack Songs, the publishing company that Shane McAnally owns, for those who don't know, he's a really big writer in town. And so they were doing a contest. It was called Trash My Zoom, back when everyone was doing like Zoom happy hours. Like that part of the pandemic. And
I
Walker
missed
had
that.
a song out at a time called Trash My Heart.
Yeah, he did talk. He mentions the Commodore Grill in it.
He does, yes. And so they were just trying to promote that song. And so there was a contest going on that was happening literally 2 weeks after I'd moved to Nashville, where you could apply. And the premise was that if you won, Walker would come and like crash your Zoom with your family and friends, sing a couple songs and leave. Well, I won the contest. And so this was like August 2020.
Nice. You get a cowbell for that one, Elena.
Thank you. So, I threw together this happy hour with some family and friends, and Walker was the surprise guest a few minutes into the happy hour. And he just ended up talking to me and my family and my friends for like an hour, and he didn't even sing till the end of it. We were just chatting, and he found out I had just moved here 3 weeks before, and had written a few songs. Honestly, I think I'd written 3 songs in my life. When you're starting out too, I look back at them and I'm like, those were barely songs, but the creative juices were flowing. And I at the time thought I maybe wanted to be an artist. I wasn't sure. Now I'm totally focused on the songwriting thing, but I had 1 song out, and he like pulls it up on Spotify and starts like listening to it on the call and was like quoting lyrics back to me. It was the coolest thing ever. And at the end of of the call, he plays his song, and then, which I think was Trash My Heart. And then he says, okay, so what are you doing tomorrow? Like, do you want to write together? And
wow,
I know, like, no one does this, right? And so it's just one of those things that like at the time sounded crazy and incredible. And now even knowing like how crazy it is, it's like even more cool, I feel like. And so he's like, yeah, like we can co-write. So I'm like Googling what co-writing is. I have never co-written before. I just written songs in my basement bedroom, you know? And so we write a chorus of a song that was country anyway, and like very true to my heart. And again, we just talked for a really long time before we wrote anything. And then we wrote the chorus of that song. And Walker said at the end of our call that we need to get another date to finish it, and that he thinks that he could pitch it to any female artist he works with and they would cut the song. And I was like, again, like a crazy thing knowing now. And so I reached out to Kylie on Instagram, and I just DM'd her the chorus, which is wild, I know. And she really resonated it with the concept of the song, actually, like had a very similar story. And she calls Walker and was like, I want in on this song. Like, how do I help you guys finish it? Like, I think it's a hit. And so then the three of us finished the song, like maybe a month after that on Zoom. This was all on Zoom too. Just totally crazy. You know, middle of the pandemic, you know, no artists were touring or anything. So I feel like a lot of writers and artists had time to do things like, I mean, this is still a crazy story, I know, but you know, so then we finished the song and I don't hear anything about it for like a year, as some songs do. Most songs, I feel like they just kind of sit there. And then I think it was like September 2021, I got a call that it was going to get cut on Kylie's next EP, and it came out July 2022. So that's
how many downloads does it have?
I think it's around like 500,000, maybe 1 million.
Nice.
I'm not
Wow.
sure.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I get to give you one of my artificials.
Love it. That's awesome.
All right.
Yeah, so it's cool. I got to hear Kylie play it out. She played a show. It was at the Westin Rooftop in downtown Nashville. I don't know if you've gone to the show there, but they like put a stage over the pool, which is a pretty cool thing.
Yeah.
Like that. And she told the whole story in front of the crowd, and you know, showed her, like pointed to me and showed everyone, told everyone there I was a writer, and told the story. So that was just a surreal moment. That was the first time I'd ever heard a song I wrote played out, let alone with, you know, crowd of, and it had been out for a few weeks at that point. So yeah, it's a crazy ride. First co-write, first cut, just grateful for the journey.
Yes, absolutely.
Amazing.
Let's take a listen to that song. What do you guys think?
Let's do it.
All right, here we go. It is Country Anyways, featuring Walker Hayes and Kylie on the Roger the Wild Child Show.
I should have listened to my mama. I guess she knew better. So y'all are asking for drama, moving to Nashville together. But I was like, mama, I love him and threw all my stuff into you all we really left. Only to find out I'm not really good at being roommates with my ex. It would be awesome if you would just move to Boston. Take your records off my shelf. Let me have Nashville to myself. You ain't even having fun here. Hell, it was my dream to call it here. Don't give a city where you go, long as you don't stay. You don't even like country anyway. Woo! Always said you weren't a fan of honky talking in the neon haze. I bet you wouldn't know Miranda if she was singing on Tootsie's stage. So why do you always show up on Broadway being a downer like you do? You know you wanna drive with the 615 and me in your rear view. Hell, I'll even buy you a beer too. It would be awesome if you would just move to Charleston. Take your records off my shelf. Let me have Nashville to myself. You ain't even having fun here. And it was my dream to call you. Don't give a city where you go, long as you don't stay. You don't even like country anyway. It would be awesome if you would just move to Austin. Take your records off my shelf. Let me have Nashville to myself. You ain't even having fun here. And it was my dream to call you. Don't give a city where you go, long as you don't stay. You don't even like country anyway. No, you don't even like country anyway.
Woo! Oh, awesome song. Awesome song.
Very nice.
Thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah,
I was grooving.
I
It's a good
love
groove.
how upbeat it was. And it's like one of those songs you just roll down the window, even if it's December and it's friggin' cold outside.
Yes.
You're going to play country anyways.
Oh yeah. I mean, heck, I had to grab the bass. I was like, oh, I know what key this is in. Boom, boom, boom.
That's awesome.
Oh yeah.
No, that
Yeah.
is,
Thanks
and you
for
know,
playing.
our artist booking director, Don Swartz, wanted me to say hello to
I
you.
just saw that in the comment. Hi, Dawn. Yeah, I met Dawn at an event that Craig Wilson, who I write. I actually can,
Oh,
if you
Craig
want me to
Wilson,
play-
another
We
person
know
knows
Craig.
Wilson.
Yeah, I actually, if you want me to play a song, I was gonna play a song I wrote with Craig.
Very cool.
Yeah, and I met Dawn through Craig at an event that they were doing in Franklin. I forget exactly what it was called, but we basically played around and they taped it. I think it's on Franklin TV for a month or something,
Ooh.
is what Craig told me.
Mm.
Yeah,
Nice.
Craig called me that morning and was like, "Hey, can you come out to Franklin tonight?" I was like, "Let's go." So, yeah, Craig and I write a lot together. He's the best.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Craig's
That's
killer.
that's another drinking game I can create. If you know Craig Craig Wilson, you can take a shot.
That's amazing.
We'll just drop names. Does this person know Craig Wilson? Yes, I know Craig Wilson.
He's the
All right.
friendliest guy. I mean, what
He
can you say?
is. He is he really is. He's a really true gentleman. I mean, awesome dude. Awesome dude.
He is. And I have a friend that rhymes with Craig, and his name is Greg.
Okay.
Greg Wilson. He's
Oh.
my writing friend. Yeah.
There you go.
But I know Craig as well. We've written together. He's awesome.
Cool. Yeah, he's great.
Well, you know, Justin, you and Elena could do some writing now.
Yeah, I would love to.
Could. We could. Let's
do it.
get coffee, and I'd love to hear more about your story. You know,
Yeah.
I'm all about that, especially since you just started. I mean, it's amazing how quick your trajectory is just like, it ain't doing this. It's gone, woo,
Yeah, I feel
which is
really lucky.
fantastic. I mean, I applaud
Right.
you. You know,
Thank you.
I'm a very, driven man of faith, and I think God puts people in their pathway at just times. Sometimes just say, you've got a gift, and it's time to let it shine. So
Elena, next time the Powerball hits $2 billion,
$2 billion.
let's pitch in together and we'll buy a ticket together. All right.
Let's do it. That sounds like
All
a
right.
plan.
Because apparently you got some good luck on your side here.
Yes, I do feel really lucky. It's just a crazy, cool story. And yeah, for anyone tuning in, you can go stream that anywhere, country anyway. If you I think it's actually the only song with that title, which is pretty cool. Kind of
Right
hard
on.
to do too with country in a title and have it be unique. So we got
Mhm.
lucky with that one too.
Yeah, you did. Simplicity on that. It's powerful.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, and
Done.
just a little full circle moment on that. The producers on it are Ben Johnson, who is an incredible writer and producer in town, and then Shane McAnally. So really
Nice.
cool that like the reason I knew about songwriting was Songland and just became really, excited about everything Shane was doing. And then to see that full circle and like see
Mhm.
songwriting credits with my name next to Shane McAnally is really crazy. So, and Walker.
That's awesome. Now, did you end up in this process? Did you end up getting do you write full time now?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I'm still like an unsigned artist or unsigned writer, but
Mhm.
my goal this year is to write 100 songs. I think I'm at like 85 or something. So
Okay.
I'll get there by the end of the
Holy
year.
heck,
For sure.
Lord have mercy. Man.
Yeah. I also work full time during the day in technology consulting remotely though, which is really nice. So I still have some flexibility to like write in Nashville a lot. But yeah, my schedule is pretty packed because of that, just because, you know, I'm still working full time and then writing a ton. But yeah, my goal at the beginning of the year was just to meet a bunch of new co-writers, which, you know, I met Craig this year. And if you know Kate Hasting, I also tour manage.
Kate Hasting.
Yeah, okay. I tour manage and sing harmonies in her band too. So that keeps me busy. And it's been really incredible. And like we only met this year too. So I feel like 2022 was a really great year of growth for me in terms of like building a Nashville community, because, you know, moving here during the pandemic, everything was on Zoom. Like there was no like writers rounds you could go to and connect in person organically, you know? And so now that I feel like I can do that and like play rounds too, I actually only really started playing out, I think in like this summer. So that's been really great to play.
Yeah, I saw you played Sam's Jam.
I did. I played Sam's last week. It was so great.
Very
She's
cool.
awesome.
Sammy Joe's really cool.
Yes. Met her in Key West this summer, which was a great blast. That songwriting festival is awesome. So yeah, it's been a great ride and excited to see all the things that come next year too.
You know, Justin, she's a piano player too, and she sings.
I was guesstimating that just because I didn't see a guitar, and she said she was going to play a song, and I'm like, oh, all right.
I'm sitting at my keyboard. I am a piano player who can play like chords enough to write songs too, but I wouldn't call myself a full-blown piano
me
player.
too. I mean, I dabble. I dabble for studio stuff.
Exactly. And then, I mean, I feel like when I write with people, most of them play guitar anyway, so it's fine. I just kind of top line.
What do you want to sing for us?
Okay,
so she's going to sing the song that she was going to do that she wrote with Craig. Oh, drink.
That's right.
And do you happen to know Alyssa Trahan as well?
Yes, she was
I do.
On our show.
So I wrote this song with Alyssa and Craig.
Okay.
Very cool.
It's called Roots. Craig brought in this concept or the title, and we wanted to write it in kind of a unique way about roots. I know that's been done a lot, but this is kind of a different take on it. So
Let's hear it.
I'm just gonna plunk away on chords, but we'll see how this goes. Can you hear my piano?
Yep.
Okay. Hold on. Let me just do something really quick. All right. So this is Roots, and I wrote it with Craig Wilson and Alyssa Trahan. Okay. You don't know why I yell so loud anytime we have a fight. I'm sorry I can't sleep without the TV light. I know I cry sipping wine, but a strong red brings me back. I'm not sure love can fix me. Think it goes a little deeper than that. It's in my roots, it's in my blood, it's everything that I'm made of. I've tried to grow and let them go, but no matter what I do, can't wish a wildflower to a rose. Would have done it for you a long time ago. Just when I think that I'm about to bloom, I go back to my roots. I grew up fast anywhere that mama could afford. And sometimes my nightlight was the clock in that green hatchback Ford. You grew up in a picture perfect home I never had. I know you won't give up on us, but you gotta understand it's in my roots, it's in my blood, it's everything that I'm made of. I've tried to grow and let them go, but no matter what I do, can't wish a wildflower to a rose. Would have done it for you a long time ago. Just when I think that I'm about to bloom, I go back to my roots. Been trying to have what I never had, fill the holes in my heart with you. But a wildflower's beautiful on her own, right down to what's in my roots, in my blood, everything that I'm made of. I've tried to grow and let them go, but no matter what I do, can't wish a wildflower to a rose. Would have done it for you a long time ago. I think the only way that I can bloom is go back to my roots.
Wow, Elena.
Very nice. Great key too. I love D.
Yes, me too. Oh gosh, thought that was on. Yeah, boom. Yeah, thank you. Usually I play that with someone accompanying me on guitar, so that's the first time I've ever played that on keys. So
I got you. I like what the melody did.
thank you. Yeah, it's cool. I like it too.
That's really cool. Whenever I'm usually in the writing room, I tell people I chew on M&Ms. That's what I do. I'm the music and melody guy. I'm not so much the lyric guy.
Oh, see, we would probably write well together because I'm the opposite. So it's good to always.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what I'm all about, daggum. And so definitely let's get coffee soon and talk about that because that'd be really cool.
Yeah, so your people can call his people.
Yeah, all my people, you know.
Yeah, my people is me, myself,
myself,
and I. Yeah, definitely.
You know, so Elena said that we are her first official interview.
Yeah, I've never done this before.
Wait, since 2020, when you had a freaking song that you wrote with Walker Hayes and Kylie Morgan came on, you haven't had an official interview till
I've
now.
Never had an official interview.
Oh my gosh, we are privileged and honored and feel so special. We've reached a new level.
Yes,
we have.
Yes.
Well, thank you. Yeah, this has been an honor. Yeah, I've never done this before, so grateful for the opportunity.
You know, the thing about our show, Elena, let me tell you, is that, we can have Walker Hayes and we can have Garth Brooks or whatever and be like all them other interview shows to have them on. We like to focus on the people that are like, new to the industry, the ones that don't get recognized, because those people, and I say it over and over again, you listen to anybody's song on Spotify that's been on this show that's not on a record label, you wouldn't know the difference.
I know. It's true. There's so many incredible independent artists right now in Nashville.
Our co-host being one of them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Justin Love and Elise Harper.
There we go.
Oh, well, I was technically talking about Elise, but yeah, thank you.
Well,
I'm a funny writer.
Love it.
And Justin's getting ready to come out with a Christmas song. And
what's it called?
First and foremost, I am not big on Christmas music.
Okay.
But the fact that it's an original song and we hit it in a way that's different, I'm cool with it, dadgum. So I'm quite excited. It's called Jingle On.
Jingle On. Love it. And you said it's going to come out early December because you wanted to wait till after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, they were going to call it Get Your Jingle On, actually.
Jingle On. Okay.
Yeah, make it an action instead of just Jingle On. Sounds like a drink. Everybody, 1, 2, 3, Jingle On.
Get your jingle on. I like that. I like that.
We wrote it for TV and film, so we're hoping it becomes the gift that keeps on giving every year.
That is amazing.
Yeah, that
Fingers
would be nice.
crossed.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have a photo shoot, kind of like how Elise did for her upcoming song.
Oh no, I ain't got that kind of body to show off. I'm sorry.
Sadly enough, nobody.
I'm flimsy and slimsy.
Nobody has seen this photo shoot except me and Justin because
we're exclusive members. Yep.
Yes. Yeah. So it's because we're all on her OnlyFans page. So
no, only
kidding.
co-hosts. Only co-host page.
Yes, only co-host page.
OC. Yeah. We also hounded her because she was like, "Yeah, I want to see it." It's like, "Look, I've given you so many sneak peeks of everything of mine," and she goes, "Okay, fine." And she's sitting, and I said, "Oh,
yep.
I have no words."
So let me tell you, Elise's new song coming out is going to be amazing. Justin's new song, the photo shoots that are going to be coming on, those are going to be fire. So you know what?
Fire is one way to say it. Yep.
Yep. Absolutely. So, but I do want to bring in another guest into this conversation that's been.
Oh my
riding
gosh!
the
If it's
tail.
Callum, I'm gonna be so mad. No, I'm kidding.
No, it's not. It's the feed mill guy.
I was gonna guess him next, unless he loses surface like last time. He'll pop in and oh my gosh, man, what's up, Whiskers?
Whiskers.
Wow, look at
There
it.
must be a delay. Mr. Whiskers.
Yeah,
That's what they
you
call
look
me,
like you
man.
could pass for the new Jack Frost.
I know, man. Isn't it great? Or that freaking Mr. Groton's fish stick guy. That'd be just put on that yellow freaking outfit and get on the ship and stuff and just like with a sword, like, some freaking line and, cast the pole out there. Like, oh, yeah. Joe like some fish sticks. Hi.
Hello, Elena. This is Darren Sheff. He's the feed mill guy. He's my co-host on the Hollywood Show on Wednesday nights. And he's the one that kicked off the Nashville edition with me back in, was it January or February of this year when we started doing Nashville show before Justin took over his spot. So, yeah.
Oh, now hold up. That sounds so awful. First and foremost, I didn't take it over. I was invited in. Thank you very much. So don't make it sound like I just came
as a
in.
guest. The next thing you know, Roger called me and was like, man, he goes, I hate to do this. I hope we're friends, but I got this dude. No, it's all good.
I'm like, but you know what, Darren? Let's create a Hollywood show. Let's do that. All right. That way we can keep a show going.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we have some topics that need to be discussed, and they are definitely
Those are for when the
weird.
kids go to bed and the alcohol comes out, right?
That's why we're on an hour later on Wednesday nights, 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific, instead of 8 Eastern and 5 Pacific on Sunday nights. So we put the kids to bed, and then we just kind of, get down to the topipics.
Filters go bye-bye. There's no button available.
Yeah, there's no filters on the Hollywood Show. We don't even use your button anymore, Justin, when it comes to the Hollywood Show.
I'm not even on when it comes to the Hollywood Show, so I mean, I can understand that, daggum. But yeah,
well, the Hollywood Show is what it is. It says it in the name, weird. And,
it is.
But we know how to behave if we need to. But then we never do. So,
Darren, I don't know if you caught the beginning of the show. I know you were doing a lot of work in your office, but
I'm still trying to fix some e-commerce stuff. Just driving me crazy.
But Elena,
you should totally go help Roger put up the rest of his lights. It might pay you really good, actually.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you didn't even hear the story about that. I'll talk to you about that on Wednesday.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a waste.
I'm gonna hop on just to hear that again, daggum.
All righty. So, is it Elena?
It's Elena. Yeah, it's
Elena.
so nice to meet you.
Yeah, you too. So yeah, no, I haven't been in. I wish I would have been watching it, but I was like, I still haven't even solved my problems. But I figured I'd jump in with y'all. So what did I miss? What do you got going on?
Well, she wrote a song with Walker Hayes and Kylie Morgan.
Nice.
We played the song over the air. She also played some piano for us. She's a songwriter. She started songwriting in year 1908. It's crazy. Yeah, how long she's been a songwriter.
That's incredible. I stopped writing songs in 2008. So that's that's quite a cool.
No, she's been a songwriter since 2020. So only 2 years. And all of a sudden, boom, she ended up getting on some, what's it called? What was that show called?
Oh, I wasn't on Songland.
She won a contest.
Oh,
I won a contest that Smack Songs did to promote a song that Walker had coming out in 2020.
Mm-hmm.
It was like 3 weeks after I moved to Nashville. And then, long story short, I won't bore everyone else with the story again, but I ended up Walker winning the contest, and Walker and I got connected, and I think
he wasn't impressed.
He just was like, okay, I got to get back to my e-commerce shit.
Not a fan. Gotta go.
I told you, daggum. That's what happened last time. It almost seemed like it was a...
I don't know.
You're back.
He's partially back.
There's some crazy stuff going on.
No, no.
How about now?
You're good.
You're good.
For the moment, go ahead and get it out while you can.
Okay, well, long story short, I had a song that I wrote with Walker Hayes and Kylie Morgan come out this summer on Kylie's EP called PS. And the song's called Country Anyway, and they played it. So that's my first cut, and it was actually my first co-write too. So it's just really crazy.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had written
cool.
like 3 songs maybe before doing that in my basement bedroom, you know? So, yeah.
When you
it's
say
really-
3 songs, you mean 3 co-writes or just 3
Oh
songs?
no,
in
I'd
one?
never co-written before. I remember before I wrote with Walker, I was like Googling what a co-write was. I had no idea.
It has to do with a cow. You know, right in the field.
Yeah. So, I had just moved to Nashville, and it was also during the pandemic when it was really hard to meet anyone organically in person. So things were just, weird and different. So now it's been really nice to be able to, network and meet people at rounds and play rounds and stuff. So yeah, I'm very grateful for the song though.
That's pretty cool. That's like the stars aligning. Most people,
I know.
It doesn't happen that way. But I love the fact that it did, because that's a story that people need to hear, It's like,
Yeah, and I think it just says so much too about, Walker had nothing to gain from me. I had been in Nashville for 3 weeks at the time, was a brand new songwriter, and he just said, we seem like we would mesh well together. Like, you want to write tomorrow? I mean, no one does that. And I think it says so much about his character and who he is as a human. And he's just been so supportive ever since too. And just to see this was like probably 9 months before Fancy Like also came out. So, it's just to see his, oh, hey, Sid, success from all of that has been amazing too.
Sid Vicious.
Sid is my guitar player sometimes. So.
Oh, right on, dude, for sure. Walker got something out of it. I mean, yeah, he might be the guy, but I mean, the song wouldn't be the same if he didn't have you on it. So, I mean, it's great that these people have, maybe had a jump start on their careers and stuff, but, the people that come along that help them, create stories are a big part of it. And, it's usually the name behind it. And so whether the stars aligned really quickly or you've been in Nashville for 10 years, I know a guy that just signed a publishing deal, man. He's been around forever. He's a great guy. His name is Billy Dawson. You probably know him.
Yeah. Oh, I love Billy Dawson.
Yeah. And the guy's been around. He's a beautiful guy. He's like one of the most incredible human beings you could ever meet. Always doing some charity work. Great singer, great writer, good looking kid.
Great. Yeah.
And I mean, I've known him maybe for 12 years now or more. And I think he just signed with Warner Chappell, but you just never know. I mean, it's like, wow, why did that take so long? I mean, but who knows, whatever, man. It's like, sometimes it can be fast. Sometimes it can just take a long time. And in the meantime, if you're just doing it because you love to do it, then, I know it's a bummer I remember signing a publishing deal and getting an advancement and not having to go to my job. And, I had money. That's when they actually gave you money. Can you imagine in the 80s, I got $27,000 from my first publishing deal to sit there and write music.
So what do they give you now? Bitcoin? What?
They give you the connections with the other writers and say, go write us a song. Give you a steak dinner if it's a number 1.
There you go. And,
Gift card to Amazon Prime.
Spotify, you might get that $10 a month check.
There you go. Yeah.
If you're lucky. Yeah.
Give you some Chucky disease coins.
Chucky disease.
So, but yeah, so I mean, gosh, you can't predict it. I mean, it's such a great thing because a guy was just asking me the other day, and we've had this conversation, and this, all of you guys know this, but no matter what field you're in, I mean, it's like, but in our particular field of music, this guy was saying to me, he was like, hey, my kid, how do I get my kid, really out there? And I go, get him out there. I was doing him no good for nobody to hear him. I go, and enough of like, how much does this pay? Dude, get out there and play and sing on as much stuff as you can, because it all happens by accident. It all happens when you're not looking for it. And if you just, that's what I tell everybody, like, get out there. If you play multiple instruments, man, try and jam with as many of your friends. If they're recording, hey, do you need any background vocals? You need some guitar parts, whatever. Because they're going to go play that for a bunch of people, and somebody's going to hear that. And that's how it all worked for us. Like, who the hell's that guy? Next thing you know, they're like, wow, that dude, man, you're starting to get around. People are hearing you. They don't know whether you're paid or not. They just hear it, and there's something there, and it's great. Next thing you know, it's like, wow, how much do you charge? And to do some background vocals or whatever. And, and so, in the beginning, it's like, nothing, let's go, let's do it, man. Cause you love doing it. Right. And so, that's gotta be the motivation. But I'm sure after 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years, you're going, okay, it'd be nice to pay some bills with some music. But anyway,
it
Roger.
would. And I'm actually in that, hilariously enough, I'm playing guitar for like 3 or 4 different people in town, enough to where I make at least a decent little bit with just that, in playing guitar and singing acoustic, or singing background vocals and playing acoustic. And one of the artists is actually Whitney Miller. She had a label showcase 2 weeks ago. Broken Bow came out, and a couple of other people, Warner Music, and she annihilated it. And there was people literally saying, "Where's that vocal doubler coming from?"
Nice,
That's
man.
how amazing my vocals were on point. And I'm like, well, dadgum, practice makes perfect, and that was really cool, because I was getting all kinds of great compliments, and then people saying, we'll be in touch. I'm like, sorry.
That was good, man.
I like that.
That was like, that was that high note that what's her name sings, that chick,
Mariah Carey.
Mariah Carey, that was it. That was pretty cool that you could get that out. That's what that is, actually. It's that weird squeak.
Isn't it a whistle tone? Is that what they call it?
Whistle tone. That is. That's it.
Yeah.
That's amazing that you actually pulled that off like that.
I can do it. I just can't do it in key. Like if I'm singing a song, it just goes way higher or way lower, or just somewhere in the
That's right.
abyss.
I forgot.
Who knows?
What's it called? It's called a whistle.
Whistle tone.
Whistle tone. Yeah. I've watched a bunch of people on YouTube do it. It's quite remarkable. And there are some people that can control it, and and do
Unfortunately, I can't, dadgum.
Well, you probably haven't sat there for 10 hours a day trying something like that,
Yeah.
At that point, he loses his voice and he won't be able to sing.
Yeah, but regardless what you're saying, because I tell people all the time, I'm all about supporting other artists, whatever they need help with, and she's already played 3 different full band shows. Anytime she has an event, she calls me and says, Justin, I need you. And I'm like, I'm there, because you never know what that could lead to, just being that extra support. I have all the cues. She goes, Justin, I'm going to look at you the whole time. I'm like, with pleasure. I love when people look at me. My last name's Love, Hell, I don't get much better than that when a woman's looking at you 24/7.
Oh, J Love.
Sorry. I'm done.
No, it's true. It's true. And so here you are. And you moved from, where are you from originally then?
I grew up in Charlottesville, Virginia.
Oh, okay.
And then I went to college in North Carolina at Davidson College outside of Charlotte. So, and I went to boarding school in Massachusetts. So I really just have been all up and down the East Coast, long story short.
Wow.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
It's very awesome.
And then you just ended up in Nashville.
Yeah, I mean, it was one of those things where I was telling them earlier, like I grew up singing, a cappella and choir and musical theater and all those things, but I never decided or thought about writing until I watched the show Songland, and then I knew songwriting could be a career, and I just started writing for fun because I felt like it and had a lot of stuff going on and wanted to write about it, and then just never really stopped and decided, what better time to move than the pandemic, I guess.
Right.
that was when I thought the pandemic was going to be done in a month. So,
Elena, let me tell you. Okay, so you've already written with Walker Hayes. Who would you like to write with next? And you can't say Justin Love because
Oh, that's the give. That's a given. Dream collaboration. That's right.
Like a dream co-write.
Yeah.
Well, I would love to write with Shane McAnally just because I think he's incredible. But one of my favorite artists right now, Ingrid Andres. I think she's amazing. I love her songwriting. I've met her a couple times randomly around town, just at like coffee shops and stuff. She's the coolest. She's so kind and funny and herself, and I think her songwriting just shines.
Yeah.
So that's definitely a dream collaboration.
Nice.
Yeah.
My dream collaboration would be Keith Urban.
Oh, that's
Hands daggum down, hands daggum up, whatever. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine would be Leonard Nimoy from Star Trek, the guy with the ears.
I knew it was going to be so freaking ridiculous.
You know,
And that's the show, folks.
that guy actually did do some music back in this late
City.
60s. Yeah, my dad actually played on it. It's really funny because we joke about it all the time. You know, somebody was like, "Do you play with Elvis?" He goes, "No, I played with Leonard Nimoy." It's true. That's hysterical.
No, it's
Because,
awesome.
like, come
There
on,
you go.
man.
Can you do
But
that?
yeah, and Jim Neighbors. Jim Neighbors too. Both of those guys.
I can on both both
I
hands.
can't. I can't. I can only do it on this one.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
It looks like he was doing this.
It's like, how many?
I can't even
fingers
do it while my hands are
How
put
many
together.
fingers does that guy have? He's got too many fingers, that weirdo.
Oh God.
But yeah, isn't that funny? It's like, yeah, this guy literally asked my dad that. He goes, "Hey, so who'd you tour with, man? Who'd you play with?" He knew like the big boys, and he goes, "Well, you know, my big claims to fame is Jim Neighbors, you know, Gomer Pyle, and Leonard Nimoy from." And it's
Star
true,
Trek.
man. You guy like,
that's
you know, you go
hilarious.
look it up. It's like the guy's got the credit on those records. It's hysterical.
That's
nice.
funny. I could
Can you
love to
imagine?
see that. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's
All
cool,
right,
though.
Elena Jones, I really appreciate you taking some time and joining us. Love the music.
Thank
love your
you.
performing. I really enjoyed you on piano and singing Roots. I mean, that
That's
was
so cool.
that was a great song.
What did I miss? I mean, I
You
missed
missed
some piano.
everything.
You missed it all.
Yes.
Man, my
You cut in and
goodness.
out, brother.
I'm cutting in and out.
No, I'm just saying that's what happens sometimes when you get on. It's like, I got a point to make. I think that song. And we all hop off now. This is the conclusion of the Roger the Wild Child Show. Brought to you by Toast. Toast, bread with a tan.
There we go.
Well, thank you guys so much for having me. This was such a blast.
Oh, we had a horrible time, but thank you for at least. No, I'm just kidding.
Terrible.
Right after he
Roger-
said a great time. So you
Roger-
know which one's
Roger-
the truth.
Roger can come out every once in a while.
Yes,
He's
I try.
capable of it.
I try.
I
Love
your
won't
hat,
lie
too.
to you unless it's in bed.
I love your hat too, dude. You got it going.
Thank you,
on.
man. Whitney Miller got me this hat.
Yeah,
It's a
do it.
dangum good hat.
Daggum.
I
That
say it
helps
enough.
you say it right by looking at it.
Yeah, y'all say it right. Not me. I know how to
Daggum.
say it.
Dagum.
Well, when you can read it, it makes sense. Daggum.
I had one woman look at it and go, "What is that, Dagum?" I about died laughing. I said, "What? What
No,
school
it's
did you go to?"
What's that say right there? Dagum? Yeah.
Yeah, I got the gum. You want some?
Dagum.
You want some?
Minus the bubble.
I got some juicy fruit over here. I got
Oh, boy. Here's
hell.
old man humor coming out, young lady. Just, oh, man, these freaking boomers are ridiculous. Anyway,
Oh my God.
I'm just
So-
kidding.
Real quick, Elena, before you check out, what do you got going on moving forward? I know you're planning 100 songs next year for 2023. That's your
Well-
New Year resolution.
Oh, no.
That's
this-
my current one. So
Oh,
I
this
think
one.
I'm on song 84 of the year. So I only have 6
Oh.
more to go. Which is great. And yeah, I think I mentioned earlier that I also tour manage and sing backups in my friend's band. So that keeps me busy and it's like fun to learn kind of the business side of things too. Yeah, just really trying to grow my Nashville songwriting community too. And I feel like I've met so many great co-writers this year. Maybe have a couple cuts coming out next year. I'm not entirely sure on that yet, but I'll keep you guys posted when I hear about them, if so. And just writing away. Trying to get a little better every day. I mean, like I said, I've only been writing for a couple years, so I feel like I have a long way to go, but it's so fun. And I
So
love it.
You're finding your strength in melody, lyrics, music.
I
or-
would say mostly lyrics. So I didn't really grow up playing instruments the way
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people in Nashville did.
Yeah.
I mean, I just played piano by basically just playing chords, but I usually love co-writing with people who are a little more melody driven or can play guitar well, so
Yeah.
that I can top on a little.
like Justin Love.
Yeah. There we
Well,
go.
it's the truth, man. There's nothing worse. I mean, if, every songwriter's, there's some that are real exceptional in all areas, but most of us are like, there's a certain thing that we do,
Yeah, for sure.
I'm really good with coming up with hooks. I got more hooks in a tackle box. But, when I write lyrics, sometimes, they're not, I'm not a wordsmith, I got ideas and, and things like that. And I can tell the lyricist what I'm trying to get at and the mood, and a real wordsmith can pull that out where I just know, like, hey, you know what? I could do it, but I need it to be incredible. And that my ego's not that big where I want to do that. I'd rather have somebody that looks at me and goes, my God, man, I can't believe you came up with that. And vice versa,
That's an incredibly valuable skill too. Just to be able to come up with hooks, because the truth is, if you don't have a good, you can write beautiful songs that don't have great hooks, but I feel like, especially in country music, having like a killer hook is
gotta have it.
You have to have it. Yeah.
Don't bore us. Get to the chorus.
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. But it's true. So like I was telling her earlier, I said, my strengths are the M&Ms, music and melody. I'm not always the lyric guy, but once I come up with a hook, daggum, I'm all about that melody on it. And my boys, my girls, whoever. Oh, gotcha, Justin. Thank you, Jesus. I can write a good song by myself, and I can write a great song with everybody else.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
Collaboration is the best part about Nashville, I think, and just how welcoming the songwriting community is too, and just how much you can learn from just being around other people who've been writing for a long time or have different skill sets than you too.
Yeah. Now you said you had a song out, right?
Yeah, but it's
no. Okay. All right.
Songwriter. We're not. Yeah.
Okay, we're not going to talk about that. Okay. But never mind, guys.
Okay.
False alarm. False alarm.
When I moved to Nashville, I was like, I don't know what I want to do, and then very quickly was like, I just really want to focus on the songwriting thing. So yeah, I love playing out rounds and stuff, but I'm not trying to like have my own artist career by any means right now. But
okay,
you never know.
Well, connect with Justin on Instagram. You guys connect with each other, and then
I think I found your song anyway, so I'm going to listen to it afterward.
Go ahead, you can.
All righty.
Awesome.
All right, thank you, Elena. I appreciate your time.
Thank you guys so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Thank you for allowing us to be your first ever official interview.
I know.
Oh wow, I got to sorry. That's incredible, and I got to weasel in on it. That's
cool. Yes, you did.
So cool. Thank you guys.
All right, thank you, Elena.
Bye.
Bye.
Have a good one, gal.
So
I miss the music. I wish I would have seen it.
And then there was 3.
And then there was 3 of us. Well, Alicia.
So you're saying there is a chance.
Well, you can watch the replay of the show and you can listen to the music. So yes.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. I'll send you the link to it too.
I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, so I was telling him in the beginning of the show, we were talking about my horrible expense. I spent
his idiot move of the week. Just be honest. Help me, Jesus. Lord, forgive me.
And now the Roger the Wild Child idiot move of the week.
What'd you do? What did he do, Justin?
Oh God, I'm gonna let him say it. It's just great to hear him say it. It was just great. Funny. Go ahead, Roger. I'm gonna move my mic out of the way.
Kind of like this. So I decided I was not going to go get on the roof and put Christmas lights on. So I found a couple signs in the grass and found a few things from Facebook and got some people quoted to come out and put lights out on my house. And I got the cheapest offer, not being cheap, but for the price, it's like, okay, come on. $700. You're going to put the Christmas lights on my house. They put it on the front side along the top of the roof and the awning. And the 4 pillars. The 4 pillars was like $150 of the $700. All it was a little strand that you would have bought from Wally World going down the pillar. I said, seriously, I paid $150 to have a red light go down one pillar, a white light go wrap around another pillar. And it's like one of those LED lights you could buy from Walmart for like what, $9.99 or something like, or $9.88.
Oh, that wrap around the railings outside. Like, oh my God.
I was like,
but the bottom line is he said yes. Roger said yes to them coming out doing that stuff.
Here's the thing, man.
My kids come up to me and they go, Dad, how much did you pay for that? I said $700. Dad, that was a waste of money. You know that?
You got robbed. Roger got robbed.
Pretty bad when your kids go, Dad, when are they coming back to finish? It looks like they just got started.
Yeah.
And you're going,
They only got the front, Dad.
and barely even the front. They just got the pillars, Dad, and just the roof line. Like, when are they coming back? No, they're done, son.
Hey, he had people hopping on Facebook saying, hell, I would have done that. I would have come up there for $700 and
Yeah, Richard Lee goes, I would do it for $700 and I'd be the brightest, you'd be the brightest house.
Yeah, man.
You know what's funny? It's funny that you mentioned that because me and Cindy were out to dinner and she goes, you know, I got a quote to have somebody do Christmas lights, you know.
Oh God.
This year. This was tonight, I swear to God. So it's funny that you're saying this. And I was going, okay. I said, what was the quote? And she goes, well, they said they started at $1,500, but most people are in that $2,000 to $3,000 range. And I said, but here was the $1 million question. I said, what do you get for the $1,500? Let's just start with that. Let's figure out what do you get for that, because that's what you need to know. Like, you know, what are you going to get for $1,500? And you know, you're thinking,
so
well,
for another $700, you would have got the other half of the house.
But, you know, if you don't ask, man, they're not going to tell you. And, you know, sadly, you're going to be like, wow, you charged me that, you know. I've had that happen before, you know, not in the music business, but, you know, with one of my rental places, guy, you know, I gave him a little punch list of stuff to do. 2 hours later, the guy comes with an $850 bill. It was like he put one of those little, like, screwed one of those things into the door so when you open it, it doesn't, you know, put a hole in the wall. Something like that. Fixed a toilet paper roll. It was a duplex I had. Like, literally stupid little things, man. It was just a punch list. I'll touch this little paint up right here. 2 hours later, the guy gives me a bill for $850. And this was
his labor was ridiculous.
Well, I just
labor charge.
This guy looked at me and I go, oh, wow. I go, you charge $425 an hour? And he goes, yep. And he goes, you asked me to do it.
Wow.
And I said, well, yeah. And I looked at him and I said, this was the biggest lesson in my life. And it was the last time that was going to happen. I looked at him. I go, you and I are both really bad business guys. I go, because I'm a bad business guy for not asking you how much you're going to charge me to do that. That's my bad, but you're a really awful business guy, knowing that you're going to do this and throw this enormous bill at me that you know isn't even close to worth what you just did. I go, I'll take credit for being a bad business guy and not asking up front. But I go, you knew exactly what you were going to do. And I go, so I'm going to give you $400. And I go, you're going to be happy with that. And he just looked at me and he was like, I don't think so. And I go, yeah, I do think so. I go, so here's the $400, take it. Or I go, we'll have to deal with this some other way. And I was prepared to take him to small claims court because it's like all they would have done and said, why didn't you ask him? And they would have said, why didn't you tell him? I mean, that's just the ABCs of business, you know, and that was the last time that ever happened. I got people going, oh, let's do this, do that. Let's do it in a handshake. I'm like, no way. I got too many friends I love and I want my relationships with them. And that guy actually was somebody that was a friend of one of my good friends. So it's like, you just can't do handshake stuff like that. It's just not
in 2022. You can't.
Heck
no. But
not
you know,
anymore.
I mean, no, it's simple. It's like, no problem. Or, you know, people go, hey, how about I come into your store, you give me some of your stuff, you come to my store and I'll give you some of my stuff. I'm like, no, I'll just come to your store and buy what I want. You come to my store because I've seen that happen. And next thing you know, you've been in my store 4 times. I've only been in yours once, or vice versa. You know, it's like, just keep it clean. Man. You know, so simple.
Absolutely.
Right? Business 101. We went from country music to business 101.
I know.
But this is all good stuff to know, man. For
it is.
You know, we all have apartments, houses, cars. You know, how much is it going to cost to fix that? I don't need to be naive.
So what was the answer to that question, though, Darren? What did you get for $1,500 for Christmas lights?
Okay. Yeah. So it was a dumbed down, watered version, you know, and I mean, it was just, I said, you know what? I go, I wouldn't pay $1,500 to have somebody put Christmas lights up because I'd rather go somewhere for 4 days for $1,500 and stay in a really cool place and, you know, not put any Christmas lights up I got my blow up dogs. I got like 6 light up big dogs, a big St. Bernard. Yeah, I'm the dog guy. I got like little wiener dogs, man. I put them all in the yard and I blow them all up and they light up, man. And I'm the guy with the dogs in the yard, you know.
Who let the dogs out?
Who let the dogs out? And you know, so I'm happy with my dogs. And so honestly, I wouldn't spend $3,000 to, you know, my business. Maybe I could write that off, but even with that, it's like I'd rather take that $3,000 and go buy a new freaking guitar. You know,
heck yeah.
But
I'd rather take that 700 and go.
Well, lesson learned.
Go where?
Supposedly, I own the lights, but they said they're going to store them for me until next year. So next year, if I want them to put them on my house, I get 20% off. 20%. I own the lights. How much are you charging me to go up there? And if I own the lights now, then you know what? I'll get a ladder from Home Depot. And I will go up and I will just give me the lights. I have the lights now. I'll put it up next year by myself and save all that extra money.
I was about to say, how much are they going to charge you? You get 20% off next year. How much is their rate going to go up?
Well, once you say I'll put them up, they go, great. You can buy the lights from me for $3,000. Here's all the lights. That
well,
I
they
got.
said
so
that I own the lights, so I should be able to be like, okay, end of the year.
Say that.
Yeah. And then they go,
say it.
We'll see. We'll see if I. Well,
as long as they put them up, you own the lights.
Right.
Once
Business
again,
102.
Right. I mean, here it is, man. They call that critical thinking these days. It's really just common sense. But
common sense.
You know, they like that big buzzword. Use critical thinking. Think about the problem before it happens. It's like that's common sense, freaking idiot.
Yeah.
They think they're smarter by using the word critical thinking. It's like, oh, I'm thinking critically here. It's like, no, you're not. You freaking got to take the garbage down to the curb, man, and you got to get on a YouTube video to figure out how to do it. You're like, okay. And you want to use the word critical thinking, and you're like freaking watching a YouTube video. How do I take the the trash cans down the driveway to the curb? Let me pull this up on a YouTube video because mom and dad never showed me. And it's like they're freaking just like, okay, I see. I put my hands on these little handles and I have to take my hand off my phone and then I push it down the damn driveway and I can't look at my phone for 20 seconds till I get it down to the curb. And then I got to make sure it's not in the driveway. Somebody can hit it when they back out. Got to make sure it's over a little bit. These are thank God for Google.
The best part about this is when I get to go listen back and hear you say the garage. When you meant to say garbage.
Yeah.
I'm going to die laughing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I want to make a point.
I'll edit that out of the podcast so you don't
Oh,
hear
no,
it.
that's just so good. That's just so good. So good.
How do you take the garage down to the curb?
At least you caught it early enough. It just cracked me up. It's like, this is a serious note, guys, for real.
I love it, man. That's
I'm about
hysterical.
the garage.
I'm going to take the garage down to the curb and put my trash can in the car.
In the garbage.
In the car.
Lift the garbage. I got to open my garbage to get the garage out to the curb. Oh, it's awesome, guys. That's good content right there, Doug. Yep. Just flip words.
This is when you know your weekend is almost over.
Oh, yeah, definitely. But this is going to be great to go back and listen to.
Right.
This is just great for me. Slapstick comedy right here, Doug. Common sense. I'm going to take my garage out to the curb.
Yeah, man. Stick slap comedy.
Oh my gosh. Wednesday night, guys, we've got Holly Weird. We got Michael Shapiro of Reckless in Vegas, who will be on with myself and Darren this Wednesday night. Sadly, last minute, the Pretty Wild, due to some technical difficulties that was out of their control and our control, we have to reschedule the interview at a later time. So, yeah. Yep, they were bummed about it. We were bummed about it. But like I said, it was powers of thee that sometimes says we're not ready for you to interview yet. So, So apparently
You
they
know
had to
what?
cancel all their interviews with everybody until they are given the green light to interview. So that's why the show got canceled last minute on Wednesday. So there you go.
You know, the power, I'm sorry. I mean, that's all really fine and dandy, but I just wanted to share something with you. You know, I've been
Okay.
working on the e-commerce stuff, and I just got a little notice here. And it's like, oh, yeah, man, look at this. Can you see this? Like, those are all orders that just came in like in the last 24 hours. The internet, I'm going on the internet. I'm going to start shipping stuff because brick and mortar is a really cool thing. But I just, once I'm figuring out the shipping thing, man, I'm just telling you, it's like everybody knows. They've been telling me forever, you got to get online. But the key to it is to figure out the shipping and make that affordable, because in the past I'd go online and then they'd abandon the cart after going, well, I got $20 worth of jams, but they weigh a ton and the box and the handling is going to cost $60. No, thanks. But now there's a lot of little things. And I was like, so I'm sorry. I'm excited about that.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great, man.
Yeah. Your phone's just sitting there blowing up and you're going, wow, there's another.
I'm making
50,
money.
60. Yeah. Yeah.
To fix my garage.
Out by the curb.
That's right.
Out by the lake. You ever heard that song, Out by the Lake?
Oh my gosh, I hate
60
that 60
miles from Santa Fe.
That's hilarious. 80 miles from Santa Fe.
80 miles. Yeah, look at man.
I know it just because
Santa
when it
Fe.
came on, when I was getting ready for I think it was a meeting. We were preparing because I was a flagship artist for the Dark Horse Institute in Franklin. So they were recording a song of mine. And they said, we want something that's about equivalent to this or better. And I said, okay. And it started and I went, and they just looking at me and I literally looked at them and they all started laughing. I was like, y'all are fucking kidding me. Lord, this is bullshit. I am going to do a whole lot better than this.
Isn't it
Sorry,
funny,
I
though, man?
forgot the button. Sorry.
Yeah.
You know what? It's brilliant. That guy actually wrote a real lyric to it and sang it. I've heard the song. But what's funny is that version of it, just repeating that and changing it up through the melodies are insane on the song. I mean, the music's great.
This lake is where I'm parked.
Yeah. 80 miles from Santa Fe. Yeah. You know, but, you know, so it's amazing. And I mean, the fact that, you know, the poor guy, the song that he actually wrote the real lyrics to, like nobody liked it. They had the same melodies, big hooks, great pre-chorus, man, great bridge. The melodies, man, they're about as commercial and as hooky as they can get. But his original lyric, man, I had to go find it somewhere, man, and check it out. It's like almost puts you to sleep, and you're going, and then he comes up with that, repeating those same lines throughout the whole song to that melody, and that becomes a thing that's getting millions of views. It's like, here's what we need to do. I'm going to leave you on this. I got an idea.
Okay.
So instead of writing a lyric, we just need to come up, and we need to do this, Justin. We probably just need to do this together. But so we just got to come up with some really strong melodies. No big deal, you know, because when you're writing, you know, you're kind of humming things at the same time. Just, I like that. No, I don't like that. But I think it'd be great to come up with a really great production of a song. But the whole time you're like, when we were down by the phone, going to move down. And people are going, what did he say? But you're like really not, you're not saying anything.
I think he sat down by the plum town.
Right. And then try and get people
to figure it out.
But we were there, stringing bone down, find alone. And then people will be like, oh my God, I think he said like, yeah, but you know, just, and then come up with a big old anthem hook too, man, you know, just some funky groove.
Oh my gosh.
That's a good riff. Listen to the riff, man. It's a good hook.
I'm still parked out by the lake, 80 miles from Santa Fe. And I'm sitting here just parked out by the lake. If you're wondering where I parked, I'm out parked by the lake. It's the lake that's 80 miles from Santa Fe. And I'm parked out by the lake, 80 miles from Bay. It's the
What?
lake that's park where I'm at out by the lake. And this lake is where I fall, 80 miles from Santa Fe, and I'm still parked out here by this lake, 80 miles from Santa Fe.
What's crazy about that?
Going.
What's crazy
great.
about that is like, can you imagine him in the studio knowing that he's going to do it that way and having so much passion singing the whole daggum thing? I would be cracking up eventually.
Of course, man. They probably were, but you know what? That guy, I mean, look at how cool that little riff is. Down and down, down. I mean, it's great, man. It's just it's beautiful, man. You know, it's like the whole thing, the production and
Oh man, that's hilarious.
All right, so Justin, we will be back next Sunday night, and hopefully Elise is back and Jessica is back, maybe Daisy, and we've got Brothers Osborne is Brothers Carolina is gonna be joining us.
Brothers Osborne.
No,
not Brothers Osborne.
Okay, so we got Brothers Carolina and Greg Russell will be joining us on the 20th, which will be next week. And then on December, then we're going to have Thanksgiving weekend off. And then we come back on December 4th. Justin Biltonen will be joining us. He was the bass player of Three Doors Down. Yep, and he's a country artist now.
He is.
Yes, he is. He'll be joining us.
There's been several bass players for Three Doors Down, so
yep, he'll be joining us on December the 4th. So that
I would love to know. I'm going to do some research on Google for the next time we get together. I'm going to see what the guy Dean Summerwind is the name of the guy who does Parked Out by the Lake. I'm going to see how much he made off of this song so far. That's what's going to blow my mind.
Yeah. Look at how many streams it has just on YouTube alone. But here's the thing, man. Go find the original song. I wish I could remember the name. You can Google it and figure it out and listen to it. It's funny. I mean, it's like you almost sit there and go, wow. It almost puts you to sleep, man. It's almost like, like, wow.
Well, heck, it's like, the song from MASH, Suicide is Painless.
No, I don't know. But...
No.
Okay. Do you know MASH? The TV show?
Yeah.
MASH?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The song, the actual lyrics behind the song is so dark, but it's a beautiful melody and melancholy. Oh man, you should go check it out. It's cool.
We will check it out. Look at all this information.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, hey, it's been great. It's been fun hanging with you. Everybody that stayed on till then, y'all are hilarious.
All right, and there, thanks for hopping in, and we will see you guys.
Good to see you guys
next week.
Daggum.